Let's go, everybody. Welcome into the Drop Lounge. I'm your host, Chris Chan, aka Cowabunga, and I am so excited to have you all here for this epic drop. It is a special one because the villains are out. And you know, when we open this drop up, those villains are going to be in there. And there's lots to kind of look through. So welcome in, everybody. I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to give it some time for everybody to kind of jump in and hang out with us. I see D, one and only, is in there. What's going on, D? Good to see you in the chat there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks. I loved. Oh, man, we're going to talk about this shirt a lot today. I guarantee it. Got the good old cinematic Joker on there. Heath Ledger, what a legend on that side. Thank you all for being here. Got all 14 of y'all hanging out with us at the moment through YouTube, through Facebook, and X. We appreciate all the love. Go ahead and help us get this shared out there. Share it with all your friends and everybody. And remember, we do have 2 giveaways. We're giving away 2 of the cases, and you'll be able to find out a little bit later. But you want to head over to our X channel on a platform so that you can see whatever's posted up there here in a little bit for the stream. And by retweeting that, you're going to have the ability to possibly win that case. So super awesome. What's going on? What's up, Lexi? How are you? How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Yes, good luck, everyone, today. Before we even get started, always a reminder, and I'll remind us as we kind of get going and all the things are happening. But if you've got the app, if you have an iPhone or an Android, you want to make sure that you've got the latest version of Fanable and you are updated. So you want to make, and your payment processes and all that stuff, all the things that you need in there are being done. So check that out. I am also live on a few other platforms here. And bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. Let me see if I can go live here. Cool, that's rocking and rolling. Oh, awesome. We've got Aaron over here. We're going to bring him onto the stream and say hello. Give us a second here. Boom, boom, boom. My man.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on,
Look
brother?
at that shirt, man. I'm good.
Bro, yeah, I had to represent today.
I love it. I love it, man. That's a sick shirt. I got to get me one of those.
Yeah, I'm a big Jack Nicklaus fan, though, of the movies, of course, yeah. Legend in that space. But when Heath Ledger did the role, you can't go wrong.
It's, you know what? I love that, there's so many people are like, oh, this Joker's better than this Joker, or this Joker, or this, this villain's better than this villain. What's up, D? I am one of those people who, like, the way that I look at all these different movies is I look at them as kind of different universes. So it's not a new Joker. It's not a reboot of the character. It's just like, this is a different, Earth 616 or Earth, whatever. It's Crisis on Infinite,
yes,
all that stuff. So I love to see the differences in all of them. And yeah, Heath Ledger, man, he just brought something so incredible to that role. And it's like, man, Jack Nicholson as well will always be like, he'll always be mine because I'm a Batman like 89 fan through and through.
Oh yeah. The Michael Keaton days, like, you can't go wrong there. Can't go wrong. Hey guys, welcome in again. We're so happy that you're here with us. We appreciate you being in the chat. Share it out. Wow, we have 43 people in here hanging out with us. Make sure you share, like, all the good stuff. And if you have any questions, happy to answer them. Lots to kind of go over today. We're going to dive into the villains, kind of go through the case and see all the goodies that are inside and what's going on. So Aaron, let us know what's happening today before we dive in all this, man. What's happening? What's up?
Do you want to know specifically about the case, or do you want to know specifically about Fanable? What
I think let's start with Fanable, but real quick, tell the audience what they can do to win one of these cases, because I know we put some stuff up on our X channel and they can retweet this out. So I see some folks have already reposted the stream for us. Thank you so much, Vincent. You are awesome. Thank you. But yeah, tell us a little bit about the giveaway and about Fanable as a whole, and we'll dive into the case.
I actually need to go over to Twitter because I am the one who goes and reposts and reshare stuff on our Twitter so that more people can see it, because I need more people to experience the awesomeness that is Chris Chan. What an incredible, not only suave and debonair, but just a scholar and a gentleman. If you go over onto Twitter, and you go and share the Drop Lounge, share the Drop Lounge, you can be entered into winning a case, one of our Vault Villains mystery cases. And, it's random, but we like to do at least 2 cases every giveaway. And We do one here, we do one in Omility's Twitter space, and it's just an awesome way for us to kind of again give back to the community and give an opportunity. It's funny because I was last drop was the oh my god, my brain is so tired right now. Last drop was the up and away drop, and I swear I thought that the Grail, which hadn't been pulled in days after that drop, potentially was in one of the like giveaway cases.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That would have been incredible. That would have been an incredible like twist to the whole like plot twist. But yeah, so let's talk about Fanable. So Fanable is, today, it's a perfect explanation example of what Fanable does. We have the Vault Villains drop. Last week was the up and away drop, which kind of celebrated the movie, the new Superman movie coming out from James Gunn. So
I can't wait to see it. I'm avoiding spoilers like crazy. I'm like, don't see this, but yes.
I'll tell you what though, like this is one of those movies, even if you see it once or you see spoilers, like you kind of have to experience it in the cinema, in the theater setting. And I recommend, I didn't do it because I wanted to have a different experience, but I recommend going and see it in an IMAX. But let's fast forward to this week. 100 cases, mystery cases, $89, guaranteed 50% buyback value. Okay. Guaranteed. Epic. So no matter what, if you buy this case and you crack it open and you find something that you don't necessarily like, you will immediately get a 90% offer. And if it's below $45, you will automatically get $45 back. If the fair market value of that comic is less than 45, which there aren't too many in this case, but if it is, and you don't want it, you can sell it back for half of what you bought the case for, which then you can go ahead and, if there's cases left, you can go right ahead and put that into another case.
Yeah.
Which I think is an incredible kind of mechanic that we have.
Yeah.
Because I think other companies are actually starting to do this, and the fact that they are emulating what we're doing shows that we're doing something great. And I think the users of Fanable, I think the community that we are building is really using this as I want to call it kind of a technique to get more cases and to get more books, which I love because this community, we've cultivated a community right now that is incredible when it comes to using like all the tools to get everything they want out of these cases. And I love it. We have the make an offer button. So if you do want to keep it and you want to sell it, I guarantee you there's going to be somebody in the marketplace that is going to want that book.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I think that's probably one of my favorite parts about it, because in the beginning you purchase it, right? Mm-hmm. But then you're like, man, now I'm sitting on this thing and I got to possibly sell it in the market. And, that's always the kind of the hang up. But the fact that Fanable is looking to do that, get that buyback, like you said, that's like a little bit of a hack. You could kind of chime in and snag another one. So,
and I feel like also the great thing about, you guys have all seen this kind of like in the past. We've been like kind of playing around and, feeling out the game and the field of how we're pricing these cases. And all that goes into kind of like how we formulate what we're putting into them. Like this one, it was incredibly hard to find the Grail for this case, but we did it. And it's a $1,500 banger.
Wow.
And so for us, like and honestly, like I find it to be more of a challenge, but also like a puzzle, a game of to go out and like really like find these things, because it's not just about that's what I love about this. And it's not just about putting books in these cases that just fill an amount that like fit to like an amount. No,
it's very intentional.
It's intentional. Yeah. We went after books that fit, that are cool looking, that are sexy, that are signed, that are villains, that are some of the best villains in the entire comic universes, because we can't just go with one, we have to go with all universes. And so it's incredible because there's so many variants out there, there's so many different villains, there's so many different types of covers, and I'm just, it's exciting.
Look at these like forward-facing covers right here. I'm just like in awe. They are so well done, so different than your typical, cover that you see.
Yes.
They're front and center.
How sick is Alex Ross at doing like really anything but just like these timeless villains covers?
Oh, so good.
And the thing that I had, and I'll tell you a quick story real quick about this, because I know we're about 18 minutes, by the way, from the drop actually starting. So we're going to do that countdown that we usually do. But I want to tell you the cool thing about this is generally we do kind of two things for when we set up how this drop is laid out on the page. Thanks, Shane. I appreciate it, man. I'm so looking forward to meeting you in person. And if you guys have not heard Shane talk, you need to. He's got one of the sexiest voices I've ever heard.
We got a cool community, I tell you that.
We have an amazing community. I'm so excited for San Diego and to be on that stage. But the first thing I was going to say is, so if you look at this drop versus how others are laid out, you'll probably see that there's a trend of how we kind of like to do the value, like obviously the chase and the grails at the front, the chase is following that, and kind of, more than not, it is the value and kind of in descending order. But this one's shaken up just a little bit because I wanted this one to be kind of like almost like an art gallery, and very intentionally laid out. And that's why like all the Alex Ross covers are on like together, because I thought that was kind of a great, let's see, Sparty Price said, I'm pretty excited for most covers. Not a huge fan of single character covers, to be honest, for Alex Ross. Maybe it's because I prefer the old school covers. He definitely has like I can see that being like an acquired taste. He definitely has an acquired style, but I think he has such a unique, sexy style that it's hard to deny that it is, it's hard to look away when you see one of his covers. But yeah, so like generally they're kind of like in descending order. Well, that's what's different about this one is the Alex Ross's covers, they kind of cover all the aspects of the price range of, what we look for when we put them in there. Because like there's one specific Alex Ross cover like towards the front that I couldn't put with the others because it is basically chase level value, and that's the Joker, like it is the Virgin Joker where he's holding the card and he's got the spray coming out of his flower. Like it's such an iconically evil but artistically beautiful cover. So I needed to put that one a little bit of towards the front, because that one's just so iconic. Like you can't, like, you just kind of, your eye is drawn to it.
Yes. Absolutely. Sorry, I've got a few things going on here. I got a few different live streams, trying to stream a little bit behind the scenes so people can kind of see what's going on here. But yeah, I'm happy to go through and look at some of these too. We are 14 minutes out, chat. 14.
The other interesting thing about this one, and I just told Millie on his channel, was generally when I am assigning the books to the drop itself on our back end, I have to put them into the drop in the specific order that they're going to be listed here. So it's very intentional. So I spend hours organizing like my chart and like making sure that I go in there and I'm putting them in at the right order. Man, and it's not an easy job.
You don't even think about. I'm so happy that you're sharing that with us, because it's very like, I thought about that too. I was like, I wonder how these are showing up, because it's always great stuff here in the beginning. Obviously, the first things that we're going through, the chases and the things that are really important. As you kind of go down, you've done a great job of curating these and bringing them all together.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing that happened is like I do all this leading up until Wednesday when I generate and I publish and this like hits our front page. Well, if any of you are like waiting for it to hit the front page, if you had clicked on it when it first loaded, you would have seen that this was all completely out of order. It was so random. So I had to immediately get on our group chats. I started messaging the devs, getting them, hey guys, I can't reorder this. Something's going on. Can you help me? They jumped into action. Within 10 minutes, they had deployed a fix. I was able to jump back into our backend system, and I had to manually again reorder every book, 100 books in this drop. So if you ever like think that this is just an easy thing that no, I intentionally and I not effortlessly, but full of effort, like make sure that these look the way that they do, because I have in my brain, I feel, and I'm not the best person at like organizing or I'm like, just like we're talking about the Joker, I'm like a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do when I caught it. So I do the best that I can, but the fact that you guys are enjoying these things makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing. So thank you.
I think they are. Everyone's always having a great time in the chat. We always have a lot of people here hanging out. I see so many people here. I just got, we got to give some shout outs to the chat here. We got DC3 Wiki in the house, Sparty Party in the house, D One and Only, which again, you were on their show for True Media. I got to be on the show for True Media. We have to talk a lot about all the stuff that's going on. We got O'Milly in the house. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Batman Who Laughs, we appreciate you guys. We see you week after week showing up support. That means so much, especially with there's so much going on in the world. So thank you so much. Let's do a time check real quick, too. Yes. We are 11 minutes, 50 seconds away from the drop. We don't want to miss this today. Like we're talking about is the villains. Make sure your apps are updated. Make sure your payment processes and all the payment stuff is ready to go so you don't miss out on that. And Aaron, let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
I know sometimes we are having 1 to 2 of these comics that are available per drop for our audience. Remind us again how many they're going to be able to get today, and then we'll open it up after 10 minutes.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So I'm actually pulling that up right now because I have to multitask and like click on that once 10 minutes hit, because I've actually gotten a little bit of hate mail if I've missed the mark at all. But yeah, so you'll be able to buy 2 initially. And then after the 10-minute mark, you'll be able to buy as many as you want. What I love about this is already people are so excited about this case. And honestly, I did not I'm excited because, again, I get to help develop these cases. I did not anticipate how badass this would look.
Bro,
but to speak, to go even further, I did not anticipate the fans' reaction, the community's reaction to these cases. And I love that. I want to scream. Like, I'm so excited because I love how excited you guys get, because again, I helped develop these. Some of this stuff comes out of like straight out of my brain towards the end of this. Once the drop finishes, once we finish the show, I'll leave you guys with some alpha for the next drop, because I'm excited for that one as well. But yeah, like, I love that I can literally go to Impossible Brief, again, give them the flowers, shout out to them, go give them a like on Facebook, on Instagram. Also, they're kind people. Like, they're like, I know, like, so okay, after almost 15 years in the military of that aspect of my job, doing 14 years, excuse me, of doing like editing and quality control and QA, quality assurance on like stories and graphics and things like that going out the door. Because whenever I'm a part of a team, if I release something to the public, my name's on that. I know, Chris, you can probably completely understand that. Like, it's our brand, it's our name. That's important to us. And so I will meticulously send corrections and ideas and things to the Impossible Briefs guys and ask them to see if they can do it. And obviously, like, I'm trying to be like kind, because they kill it no matter what. But like, if I want to change, I'm like, can you add a little bit of, can you make
I feel the same way, because you feel when people are, and you're like, man, I made this so great, and they're like, hey, I want to just tweak it the tiniest bit. So you're always trying to be as kind as possible. But dude, I fell in love. Like, it's always, I think recently, like the Krypton space and that whole vibe, the backgrounds have been crushing. This one, when I saw it, I was like, spot on. Like, absolutely brilliant.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about, again, behind the scenes of this one. Was I was trying to figure out, when I first saw the case, I was trying to figure out how to, because like, obviously, like, the vault is part of our branding. Leading up till now, it's always been kind of like a vault-esque background. I changed it up a little bit when I suggested the X-Men, like the Cerebro door, for the Mutant Mayhem case. And so, like, one of the other, like, I like kind of like pushing the boundaries, because that's very vault-like. And I was like, that's a good step away. But then also, like, space for the Up and Away case is very inaccessible. It's like, you can't even touch it. You can't touch it. So it's like, it's a far step away from, from the vault idea, but at the same time, it still kind of, puts that feeling out there.
And immersiveness, yes.
Yeah. And then this one, I was like, okay, Locked Away, Villains, Arkham Asylum. And so like I started finding screenshots from like the video game and from like
So
comic
good.
pages. And so I just sent that to them and they rendered this and I'm like, nailed it. Nailed it.
Amazing. And like I love like the movement of it too, you know, just seeing all the like the static images are great, but when you add that extra little movement to it, that 3D aspect, wow, it's stellar for sure.
Absolutely, man.
For sure. What's up, Majin? Always winning stuff, Majin. Always winning. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
And real quick too, while we've got, so I'm seeing so many people from the Discord, so many people. Tell me and tell us, how can they join the Discord? I know a few people are reaching out. You know, I know it's a space where we're pretty we've got a lot of information kind of flowing in there too.
Yeah, so I know recently we posted a link to the Discord. I'll make sure, like, if you guys give me a little bit after the show, after the drop, and I will ensure that we have it at least in the links on our Instagram page. So if you're not following us over on Instagram, follow us, Fanable app, Twitter, Fanable app, and I'll make sure that it gets posted again. I know like last week I kind of wanted to, so I wanted to do one of two things. I wanted to check with the Slopsmith Flops, you know, who is our Discord mod, because, you know, again, I care about every single person who's on my team. They're all a part of my team, and I care about anybody who's within, you know, I'm a very protective mama bird. Okay. And so I wanted to make sure that he, as my Discord mod, was prepared for a potential, you know, huge influx. And right away, Slops and Flops is the man when it comes to Discord. And so he was like, right away, I got you, man. I got you. If you need anything, let me know. So I checked with my team. They were good with it. So we started posting the Discord link on our social. So it's still on there. I believe Discord links, when you share the link, are good for 30 days, but I'll go ahead and, you know, reshare it or pin it and find out a better way to do that. But yeah, that's kind of like the best thing to say is like our Discord is where we put out a lot of the information. We also have a Twitter community for the Fanable community, so you guys can go ahead and join that if you want. And again, we've been prioritizing some really big things with our website and the market and our app. So
I can't wait to share about. I got to hear a little tiny bit of alpha, and you guys are going to be like, "What?"
Yes, I'm telling people like. The next 2 to 3 weeks are going to be so heavy with exciting information. So just stay tuned to this space, to Millie's space, and to Comics and Crypto, because these are the only places that, you know, and if you're at San Diego Comic-Con, you know, obviously come to the panel on Thursday night. But
so excited for you, bro.
Yeah, there's so much coming, but like what I want them to do is I want them to add the email sign up for our email list that I do also every Thursday morning. If you get the list on Thursday mornings, if you get the email reminder from us on I don't know what I'm trying to say, on Thursday morning, that's something I do as well. And so we haven't had the ability to add anybody to it because we haven't had that sign up sheet on our website. It's not necessarily that's one of the lower priorities because we have some big things we're working on that need to be ready before a certain date that I can't release just yet, but it's within a couple of weeks. So just stay prepared for that. If you guys check your email, if you like the email, you know, I put a lot of effort into it as well. It's really fun to put out there. It's just a quick reminder like, hey, the drop's coming this afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a little bit of info on the books, on the drop, etc. So if you guys want that, stay tuned for us to add that to the website. Pokemon soon, yes. There was a question from Dee that I wanted to ask about because she said Batman soon, and I'm wondering if she means like a Batman drop. And if so, I just want to clarify because I just want to, if that is the question, I'm not sure if you're tracking, but September 20th of this year is Batman Day. So
that'd be a great time to Batman Day. Wait, that's a thing?
Wait, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Batman Day. It's every year it's the third Saturday in September. So I want to say like maybe was it last year? It was either last year or the year before. It was the like 85th anniversary. So I stood outside of a news shop for about 4 hours to get the facsimile cover that they released of the original first Batman that had like the 80th stamp on it. So I managed to get that. I still have it. It's locked away. I'm considering getting it graded, but you know, like that's the thing is like there's so many different facsimile versions out there. Like what's considered a valuable, what's considered not. I'm keeping that one because it looks awesome and it's got that 85th anniversary stamp on it, which is just gorgeous. But I'll leave it at that. But yeah, September 20th, 2025 is Batman Day. And yeah, I am very much tracking all of these days, and I am setting up. Again, I do proposals because I'm a person who likes transparency. I wish I could tell you all the information that we have, that we're planning, that we're working on months out, because that's how I work. I've always tried to, again, when I had soldiers underneath me, like that I supervise, I wanted them to have, transparency and stability looking forward. And that's important to people. So I wanted to make sure that I always have that available for people. But yeah, 2 minutes. We're getting there.
2 minutes out. 2 minutes, chat. We are 2 minutes away before the buy now button is going to pop up here. You're going to get access to this case and what is inside. What's going on, King Marquis? Thank you so much for being here. As always, you're always here supporting and hanging out. Just a minute 45 till we go. You're going to get to see what's in this case down here below. We can kind of take a quick little preview before we launch here, but I know we're going to be back into the case here. And also, as we go for the drop, put us on in the background. We don't want you to miss the opportunity to get in there and get that drop.
Yeah. Stick around for the countdown. Make sure you guys, if you guys buy the case and you decide to crack it, I am so excited to see how many people have been grabbing cases and just holding on to them. Like, there are still, I want to say 12 of the up and away cases out there. Only eight people holding 12 cases. So they're still out there, and I'm not sure if they're holding them because
does that include the marketplace too, or them actually holding? Because I'm curious in the marketplace as well. So
if you have a case in your quote unquote possession, you are a holder. So even if it's posted on the marketplace, you're considered a holder. So there's only 12 potentially available out there.
An amazing case too.
I think there's one up there right now there's only two, I think, actually in the marketplace. One's for $199 and one's for $299.
40 seconds, chat.
40 seconds. So, but yeah, I'm excited. If you crack your case, please record it. Please put it in. We have a channel in the Discord. If you're in the channel, if you're not in the Discord, wait till later today, record it, and then drop it in there later. Because again, I put out some information earlier to Millie's channel about how we are very much starting some things coming up where if you open cases, if you create content, if you talk about our drops, we're watching, and we want to see it because we have things that we're going to be doing soon. 5 seconds. We'll do the countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Go.
Buy now button is here. Only 98 available because we will have 2 that you can get on that giveaway, which is awesome if you're following our social handles. Good luck. Let us know if you open it. Like Aaron was saying, we really want to see your reaction. We want to see what you pull if you decide to open it. We understand if not, because these cases are so dope. They are so amazing. I'm going to keep refreshing here. This has only been, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So we'll kind of see who's with us hanging out and what we're doing there. 52. So we went from 98 to 52 available in 10 seconds. I'm so happy for you guys if you picked one up. Congratulations. Sparty Party rocking number 3 and number 50. Great numbers. I agree. I love it when you guys are able to pick up 2. That means a lot too. I'm always curious on your thought process if you're going to hold one and maybe open one. I always am curious about that side of things too. So congrats, Sparty Party, on your pickup. Fantastic.
41. Oh my God. Wow.
41. Is that where we're at? From the 52. Let me refresh here. Dude, this case is so gnarly. It's right there at 40.
I love it. And it's funny because, to be honest, this is what we're and I say this limited to what we can do. Man, it's we have so many ideas that get tossed around that we want to do things with and about and on. And it's hard because we can't do everything because we have to stick to a certain, obviously we have to stick to a budget because we have to be a smart company. But it's that this is such a God, I love this case. And the fact, every time, and it's one of those cases, every time you look at the different pictures, you notice something different. You notice that there's a texture on the handle. You notice that the latches are gold, that they're kind of a bronze.
I was looking at all that details. Man. King Marquis hit case number 1.
Oh shit!
Shall he open it? Bro, number 1. And it's such a dope case.
Yeah.
I don't know.
36 available. 36. We're 2 minutes in. We got 36 available.
sometimes I like, my thought process is like, I want to hold, I want to see what's going to happen. And I end up just keeping the case because it's so cool in the long run. I think I'm still holding on to 4 cases right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I might open 2 of them and get my reaction. And probably if I do open them, I most likely will redeem them, because I redeemed my last one and I love it. I absolutely love it. What a great one to pull. Love the artwork on it. 9.8. Super awesome. King Marquis, thanks for sharing that with us. That's
thanks,
so cool.
King. Man, I love, okay, again, I love the fact that so weeks ago we were talking about, some of the information and like the information that came out of the variant vault, like after that drop, and like the things that we learned, things that I learned. And I think that right now we're really zoning in on the sweet spot that is allowing this to be the drops to be accessible for everybody on it, like even on a continuous basis, especially if you buy it and you like sell it or do whatever. Again, it's like there's so many aspects to this where it's an investment. It's you can buy it and then sell it on the aftermarket, especially when people start cracking all of them. Like imagine the people right now who have those 12 cases and like that's it. That's it. Like we're not making any more. We're not releasing anymore. Like
I think that's the most wild part about this is that once you crack it, that artwork, that cool 3D animation,
it's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone.
It's gone. And there's something about that, I know, the blockchain and all that other stuff in the Web3 space. There's a lot of people in our chat who have been a part of that and crossed over back and forth. And there's a lot of people that are holding on to things that they've never opened as well, knowing that the value is just going to go up. And as we get more and more popular, people are like, I want that case. That's legendary,
Yeah, I think it's so cool because again, like you got people that go in there, and one thing I love about the market also is like you can put. I challenge people to make sure that you guys are checking your offers tabs. I know you get like I believe you get a notification on like when you receive offers. I challenge people to like keep checking every once in a while, because some people like I think I looked in there. You can do like a 1-day offer, 3-day, and there's like different amounts of times you can do or like lengths of time, that you can do offers. So I challenge people to check those, because I feel like there might be offers that are going unanswered, or maybe people aren't checking the app because there's not a drop, going on that day. So just be aware of that, because the market is the market is always there, and I feel like the market is honestly heating up. And I think, I don't know if it was last week, but I'm confirming now that if you open a case and you open the book, you don't get the 2% royalty on that. The 2% royalty is only when you submit a book to Fanable and it goes under your profile and it mints like under your profile. Then it is assigned to you. And so whenever those books sell, which is kind of like an incentive to keep your prices like in the FMV area, so that you can continue to get that book to revolve and sell and get that royalty that's coming to you. And
Oh no, I was going to say, I want you to explain a little bit the FMV for folks that are maybe new to this and are just checking it out and they want to understand, like, what does that mean exactly? Because I think that's a huge thing that Fanable's doing in the buyback program. Whenever, I think it's the first 7 days after you open it. I think that's massive.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I'm sorry, I got absolutely distracted. So can you say that one more time?
No, you're so good. The FMV side of things.
FMV side of it. Yeah. So for us, like I can tell you our process, and I can't necessarily tell you like what other people's process is, but I can tell you what our process is. We use 2 different sites to like confirm like the values of when we buy books, and then what we list them for, or how we list them in these cases. We use Go Collect, which is a really good source for tracking like 30, 90, 1 year prices, and then the fair market value of the books. We also use an additional tool called GP Analytics, which has like is amazing for tracking signature. Like if you're looking for like signature prices, like graded books that are signature series, it's a great way to track those, because Go Collect does actually not track the prices that when they differentiate. They just do like by grade. And so for us, it's important to make sure that we are giving the most fair market value for these books, so that you guys see the value really being paid back into the community.
That is awesome. And thank you for explaining that. We got DC3 Wiki that said Batman 181 was revealed.
Oh wow. Well, we're down to 31 cases, so that's crazy. Batman 181 already. Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
what is it? It is 2:07, so we have 3 minutes before it opens up where you can purchase more. So we appreciate you guys if you are looking to get more. Awesome. If not, we get to share this out with everybody so they can scoop theirs up as well. I got to tell you, the case, the artwork on this, the price point, the chase, that is pretty awesome. Someone pulled Poison Ivy, says Slop Fox.
Still some crazy like grails and chases out there though.
Yes,
still some crazy.
Yeah. In fact, let's take a look real quick as we're chatting it up here. 31 left. As we scroll down, so many. That blows my mind too. I'm like, I love that these things are popping up and people are revealing them. You know, and here's the marketplace too. We can kind of see things.
I'm curious as how people
hitting the market.
How people know that already. I'd love somebody to come up in the chat and say how they found out that, because I looked in the Discord and it has not been posted. I'm not opening mine, but like I'm trying to see like because let's see.
It must be running through like the latest for the drops. And so yeah, what are the filters that you're utilizing to pull all of this up?
Hibernate got number 73. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I want to say 1973 is important. No, is it 1963? I think 1973 is an important date for some comic. I'm not sure.
Flop says, I was watching the market filter.
The market filter. Okay. See, I need your guys' skills. That's what I need. I need your guys' skills.
I love how much like depth that the market filters have. I mean, it is, and check this out. I mean, it just goes deep. If you're looking specifically, got you. They've thought of everything. Look at this, from video games to the. We don't even talk about this enough too. Home videos, like VHS tapes, like
yes, and again, that's stuff that we're going to be expanding on as we get, because like a little bit of again behind the scenes, inside baseball as I call it, is we are. The first thing was obviously to get comics and the like basically the graphics for the CGC labels, for all the labels that we use. So we're constantly working on ensuring that we have the best graphics for every kind of label, Beckett, PSA, CGC, etc. So when we get your assets sent to us, we are able to make them look the best that they can. So that's why sometimes when people send in things like VHSs or their cards, it takes a little bit longer because we're still trying to perfect that process of making it, like look as good as possible, because we want you guys we want Fanible's app to be the place where you pull up your books and show them off to people. We want it to be a place where like and I've done that. Like I did that with my best friend who actually I got to go see yesterday. I haven't seen him in a while. We went and met over in Philadelphia. It was about a 2-hour drive. And I pulled out my phone and I showed him the Fanible app. And I'm like, this is what I'm doing now. And I showed him the books that I have. And he was like, oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. He's not really into the digital stuff just yet. But he's slowly starting to understand that, he's running out of space in his house. So I think he might be an adopter pretty soon.
Bro, that's probably the thing that blew my mind the most is your relationship, Fanible's relationship with Brinks and the physical side of it. And again, I got something I can show you too. Like when you redeem, so one, the fact that if you already have them graded, whether it's the VHS stuff or some cards or any of those things, and you're sending them in, they digitize it. That's just cool in itself to have their own digital copy of your library. But when you get to redeem it, say you buy something, they send it in the coolest branding case that reveals all this stuff. And if you were live on one of our streams with us from one of the other drop lounges, you got to see me unbox mine. I've got it right over here. I'll pull it up if you want to keep going through everything.
Yeah. We're actually down to 25 cases right now. It just opened up a minute ago for people to buy as many as they want. So now there's 25 left. So
only 25 left. Get out of here.
Only 25 left. So and people are cracking like crazy already. I'm gonna pull up.
Cracking like crazy. Is that a new shirt that we're gonna drop in our merch store?
Ooh. Wait, is there a merch store that I don't know about?
I'm thinking we need one.
We do. I've been asking them for shirts because I clearly need something to wear when I go to San Diego Comic-Con.
We could do some cool, fun community shirts too, like representing the people who support us. The Slops McFlop shirt, the Smarty Party.
We should at least like do like jerseys and assign them like numbers.
Oh, bro, that would be so cool.
Like, man, I'm Team Slops. Team Slops all day long, baby.
Oh man. Very cool. And guys, let us know if give us some feedback too on questions and your thoughts on everything. I saw, a few of you are dealing with some lag and stuff like that. Make sure that your internet is up and running and it's good and you've got some good quality download speed on that. We are only 12 minutes in. 12 minutes into this thing.
Went.
So,
12 minutes in. We got 24 left. Again, I'd say the best thing about this is again, these cases are not going to happen again. We're not going to reuse old cases. So if you're going to crack it and you want one to keep, now's the time, because the only time later on that you're going to be able to get one is on the aftermarket. And those are already popping up for resale as well. I see 114, 119. There's only 2 on there. And also that's the other thing is, why not, I would buy one to just put up there and again, somebody said diamond hands, just hold on to it, because I love the fact that, one of the thought processes, I was talking to somebody else, and one of the thought processes, and I've said this before, so I'm glad it's kind of I'm not the only one thinking it, but later on down the road, imagine after San Diego Comic-Con, when we have just a huge panel of people who are going to be downloading the app and coming on here and buying a ton of cases, a ton of books, all this stuff. And if you have an extra case that you're going to sell, man, you're going to make some bank back,
Yeah, absolutely. I think we froze up there for just a hot second, but we are back all together. Just making sure we are rocking and rolling here. Right. Slopment Flock says, win mod case. That's awesome.
That is not a terrible idea. I love all the ideas that are coming, because again, I write down all these ideas. I keep them because that's how that's how I think about stuff. Again, I told D about the Batman Day one. I just sit down and I'm like, okay, what are dates that are important in the comic universe? I can easily Google that and bring up different dates that are super important. I can look up, when Free Comic Book Day, when is National Batman Day, Superman Day. There's days for everything. Hell, we could do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles drop on National Pizza Day.
Don't tease me, bro. That would be epic. You know what? And in fact, I've been seeing a lot of collectors, especially on TikTok and these other spaces, that are getting the action figures and all these old Ninja Turtle toys graded, and they're big and they're awesome. I'm like, wow, a TMNT set that's action figures. Yeah, that would be an insane case to drop as well.
Well, I can't wait to when I go to San Diego, because I'm gonna have we're having a little get together also after, and I'm excited to sit down with some of these other the other representatives in these spaces and kind of see how Fanable can work alongside them and create more for the community. We're holding steady right now at about 45 cases, or not 45. I'm sorry, 24 cases. Wait, my math is way off. I don't know why I thought 45. $45. That's why. Yeah. So you got $89. We got 24 cases left right now. It looks like somebody pulled Detective Comics 880, which is that incredible Detective Comics cover from Jock, which I'd heard about this weeks ago, and that's one of the reasons I wanted this one to be specifically in this drop, because not only is it a 9.8, but if you hadn't heard, earlier this year, I want to say Jock, after he was commissioned by DC to do this cover, as they do, artists will sell the original piece of art at a convention or to a collector. There's a lot of companies that do that. It's a big market for original art nowadays. But he sold this. I don't remember how much he sold it for, but this original piece of art just went to auction recently and sold for $288,000. And unfortunately, because he sold it and he doesn't have any kind of rights to it, he gets none of that money, which sucks.
That is a tough thing. In the blockchain, though,
yeah,
different stuff we're talking about.
If you sell the Detective Comics, if you sell it, you'll get obviously money off of it, and then if you redeem it and then send it back in, you can mint it yourself, and then you can make 2% every time it sells.
Gotcha. Thank you, Michael Chung. I appreciate you sharing that information with us about your app. Good to know that your internet's rocking, but you were having some issues with the app being glitchy. Let us know if that's iOS or Android, or if you see anything else specific on your side. Thanks for all. So it worked on the website normal though. Okay, good to know. Awesome. I love the website too, man. It's very dynamic and responsive, and just so many things on there. Like you said, the developers are on target with all this stuff, always cranking and going there. Go ahead and do a quick little check back here and see how we're doing on our drops. There are about 23 of them there left, which is great. As we kind of go out into the community this week and the rest of today, please, share this with everybody out there. Let them know. Introduce our friends and family to Fanable and what we're doing here. This is our 12th episode of the Drop Lounge.
I feel like we've been doing this for years.
I know. It's like yesterday that we just started this stuff, and it feels like for so long, and I love it.
Yeah.
Sparty Party, shout out to you, man. Another case. You grab that third case and see how the next open up. All right, maybe a fourth later. Wow, I love that. That is dedication.
Well, so they're popping up again. Like I said, we got more popping up in. Let me refresh actually before I say how many are on the market right now. You might be able to tell before I can. Yeah. Let's see, Vault Villains. Clicking that because again, we're always working as well to improve the search functionality of our market space because obviously it's when you're creating a what is the word like your own new thing, like a proprietary website or app, which again. What other competitors don't have is their own app. We do, Android and Apple. But when creating something new, obviously there's a learning curve there, and you can only we rely on the community. If you guys run into an issue, to contact us. We have again the support ticket channel in our Discord as well. So if people run into stuff like having issues with search functions or etc., they are able to send up a ticket and be like, okay, can you guys fix this? And we get our devs on it immediately because we want the user experience to be the best that it possibly can. I'm seeing, so I think, yeah, I thought I saw more a few minutes ago. I think people might be taking them down off of the market so that they don't want to sell it too early. But it looks like right now there's 3 on the marketplace for 119, 125, and 115, and people are cracking. There's I see the Mystique Alex Ross cover, the Magneto. I see the Scorpion, the Baron Zemo. I love this. There's this signed Bjorn Beren's Venom #1, which is just, I think it's so epic. I love that one.
Yeah, look at that.
Let's see, what else do we got on here? Oh, somebody pulled the Submariner #57, which is a classic cover. I love that one. I myself am a fan of Submariner, especially after I love what they did with him in the Wakanda Forever movie. I think he was honestly one of the best characters that came out of that movie, and I wish they would do more with him, but we don't know that yet. We'll see in the future.
Could be Doctor Doom and all the other stuff coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got the Galactus, the Origin has been pulled as well. I love that one. These, what is it? The One World Under Doom covers are just so sick. I love those. And the Batman Killing Joke, that one was pulled. That one was one of the ones I want to say.
I love the back cover of that one too with the card.
Yes. This one was, I want to say this was one of the ones that was like just under what I wanted to advertise as like a grail. But that one is such a, like Sean and Spence over on Comics and Crypto talked about this one. It's such a controversial book. If you saw the movie or if you read, the movie was definitely different than the book, but if you read the book or saw the movie, you understand that it's such a controversial, like dispatch from normal DC and Batman like books. Like they really took some interesting swings in that one, and it's definitely like at a 9.8 for a for this book. That is for sure a collector's edition. There's
super happy for these guys who are picking this up, and like mind blown too of the ones that were bought and then held and not open. And then the value in what we're seeing that was open, like what are the odds? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's wild.
Well, we're down to like 22, which I think is a good place for us to be with this drop. I think that's still a super successful drop for us because usually, with 22, you're going to see that slowly trickle over the next couple hours, and then you'll see us posting our sold out Batman Adventure 12. Oh, so the Grail was revealed apparently.
Wow, thanks, dude. I appreciate you sharing that information.
Yeah, for sure.
To the marketplace here, refresh. I want to see myself here.
I don't see it in the marketplace. Maybe my marketplace is slow, but I don't think so. Usually, but that is awesome. That means, so if we go to Vault Villains, so we got 181. So you still have X-Men 12, which you haven't seen, which is the first appearance of Juggernaut. Which, I would probably. Juggernaut. I would scream if I pulled that one. That is and then also I don't think we've seen Iron Fist yet, those are the 2 other chases that are that Iron Fist number 14, which is crazy. I didn't find this out till a couple years ago that the first appearance of Sabretooth was in an Iron Fist comic. And I was like, that is interesting, because it doesn't seem like a comic that you'd expect to see him in.
You know what's so interesting, especially, you know, not talk about all the platforms, but, you know, there's when VV and all the other stuff in Fanable, like you start to learn about first appearances and stuff that you never knew. You're like, oh, this is when, you know, and so it's awesome, educational there.
Man, I'm so jealous of that Detective Comics 880. If I went out for any, I know it seems like silly, but if I went out for any of them, for me, it would have been that Detective Comics like 880. So if you pulled that and you didn't use the buyback, if you still are holding on to it, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or anywhere, or just, you know, just put it up for whatever you think is you know, the fair. And
Chat, if you revealed yours and you recorded yourself, like, let us know. Throw a W up in the chat.
Wouldn't it be cool to watch a few of those?
I want to see it, man. There's something about reaction videos and just getting to see what they end up pulling.
We don't get enough of those, but I'm telling you guys, if you do crack them, if you open them up, if you buy them, if you have a collection of cases, whatever, start posting about it on social media. You know, use the hashtag FanableFam, tag us in it, because again, that's one thing. I'm going to give you a little bit of alpha right now. If you're doing that, that is something that we are as Fanable are very much like wanting to find the people that are doing these things. And again, as I said before, it's not about how much you spend. It's not about how much, like, we're not talking like, you know, you got to be a whale, you know, going out there and buying like every single case or buying as many as you can. No, that's not what we expect. Huh?
Yeah. I said, thanks for saying that too. You know, that's important though, you know, buy what you can afford and spend what you can. But if you do that, we would love to see it. Obviously, wink, wink. We want to share that with the rest of the community.
I am an absolute believer, as somebody who's done things like content creation for years, who's been a streamer, who has done, you know, social media content, who has worked in offices where they have little to no equipment. I'm either using my own or just, you know, pulling stuff together or borrowing it. I am a fan of using what you can and making the most out of it. And sometimes that is more impressive to a company who is looking for people to represent them or to partner with or to collaborate with. That's more important, is to see what you are able to do with what you have versus going out and spending like $1,000 on a microphone or on a keyboard or on a PC. Because, you know, I saw that too many times. I used to write a lot of articles about, you know, people wanting to come into the streaming space and the content creation space. And one of the biggest things that people make the mistake of doing is dumping a bunch of money into it, thinking that that's going to help them like achieve success quicker. It's not. Do what you can with what you've got and show that effort, show your abilities, and you will like make an impact on companies, on organizations, etc., because they love seeing what your creative minds can do.
No worries. Batman who laughs. I forgot to do that. You know what? That's why we're reminding and information and stuff. So what happened?
We just jumped to 13.
No way.
Yeah.
People scooping.
People are like secondhand scooping. Oh my God. 13. Insane. Like, okay.
Wow.
So
in 25 minutes. I mean, that is like, I know, that is epic. I love that so much. And I love that everybody's here for that.
I literally looked at my computer, like where the clock is. Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's 17 minutes. And I was like, I looked at the date because I'm an idiot.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Like, oh man.
I'm going to check the Discord real quick to see if anybody might have put any videos or anything in there.
Yeah. I'd love to see that stuff too. Maybe I shouldn't wait to grab that fourth case. Oh man, these are so cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the marketplace one more time because this is exciting to me. I love it.
Real quick, just some stats as you're doing that. It's kind of cool to kind of see where our viewers are at. We have a lot of engagement and chat community coming from YouTube. So thank you so much for being in there. About 15 of y'all are always just live in there. But let me tell you this, we have over 281 people that are live watching us on X.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. A lot of eyeballs that we're getting on there.
I call it Twitter. I call it Twitter. I call it the
yeah. I do both just for recognition for people and stuff. X is I try and default to, but it's hard for me not to say tweet. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna post. No, I'm tweeting it.
What do you say? Like, if you're an X user, if that's all you know is X, what do you say? Oh, I just X'd about it.
Exactly. That's a tough one.
What do you say?
That's a tough one. I say post, or I made a tweet. I still say tweet.
Yeah.
But I'll try and reference X as much as possible. But when I'm talking to people, I immediately just default to Twitter.
Yeah.
I you know what's funny about that though, and is like is as much as it was crazy to do a change and like, hey, new guy owns it and all this stuff and new branding and stuff like that. Like it works.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't not work, but at the same time, we're so used to saying the old stuff, but we all are still so invested in it and are okay with it. But it just doesn't have that same ring, It
doesn't. I'm going over to X.
Check it out. What's going on, Wes? Thank you so much. You saw
Wes.
I posted about it. Yes, we'll check that out.
So I just looked at the marketplace. I'm looking at Detective Comics 880. So I now have the person who owns it. And I'm also looking at the back of it, but it's so funny because it's Ryan Reynolds from the Green from Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, which he like
milk mustache
on all the time.
Yeah, that to me is like one of the best parts about the whole thing.
I think that's the cool part. I think it's hard to make movies. Just put it that way. It's hard to make movies in general.
Yes,
and especially a superhero movie. I get it. So.
I will say this though. I watched the trailer for the new Tron movie, which just dropped today. Tron Ares. What? I'm a huge Tron fan. Me and my best friend, our podcast, the Oblivion Bar Pod, pretty much the music, a lot of our themes, everything like that is based off of
Daft Punk.
Is inspired by Tron, the original one, and then by Daft Punk from Tron Legacy. Because my best friend is a huge Daft Punk fan. So
dude, the moment we are done with this stream, I am headed to watch that. I'm a huge Tron fan. In fact, my son, who's only 11 now, like I remember riding up to like North Carolina on a vacation trip. I mean, he had to be all of like maybe 7 years old, and we're watching Tron, the new one, and like they just like again, and they're watching it over and over. I'm like, I love this. It's so cool.
So sad that I haven't been to Disney World yet to go to the ride that they've done and like see, because they got some sick merchandise. So I was looking, actually I went back to the marketplace, and one of the other books that I love in this drop that was pulled was the Amazing Spider-Man number 52. It's where is it? It's the Pablo Villalobos, and I'm probably Villalobos. I don't know how to say his name. I call it Villalobos, but anyways, he goes by Lobos on for his art. Like he just signs LOBOS. I love his art. He has one of the most it's Lobos. It is Jen Bartel. It is Jenny Friesen. J. Scott Campbell. Like these guys do some amazing art. Like one of my Lobos is definitely one of my absolute favorites. It's the one where she's like in front of a vault. I think it's I want to say
I brought my glasses for today's stream too, because I'm always struggling, bro. I just feel so bad half the time. I'm like, I'm sorry, chat. I can't see.
I can't read good.
I can't read anything.
We got 10 left, so we're trickling down. We're trickling down.
We're at 10.
Yeah, we're at 10 now. So these will be gone in the next hour or two at the absolute most.
Bro, I'm going to be. I didn't get the up and away one last week because I was holding out, just kind of seeing if it were going to be like what we're at today. But it like under 10 last week or something like that. They ran right after 10 minutes.
Yeah,
they jumped out. I was like, no, and then they were selling.
I didn't even have to hit the button where it was like. I think it was like 9, like not even. I think it was like between 7 and 9 minutes. Like that's when it like completely sold out, which was amazing.
Guys, we're talking about this drop from last week, which just was insane, an absolute banger with the artwork again. Shout out to Impossible Brief for all that they do, and Aaron, man, we got to give you some love on this. I know so much goes in. We talked about it earlier, bro, but it is a ton of work to put this together. All the curation. And like the artwork, man, I'm just looking at this, like even the background with the Haas and all the stuff, and they're different. They're not just repeat. It's so intentional. You even see a little like a light reflection. Like it's just so.
Those guys are so sick at what they do, and I love working with them because they literally are able to pull what is in. Okay, so now that this drop is almost concluded, I can let you know that the next drop is going to be fantastic.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be fantastic. And well, let's see. This is okay. Yeah. Cool. I'm excited for that. I could go very, very far.
I am so like I wish right now that maybe when we stop streaming, or maybe I'll just send you a picture of it. I when I got the graphics back, because we since we took that week off, yes, we took some time off. We relaxed and we enjoyed the 4th of July.
4th of July, yeah, that was nice.
But
yeah,
we also were still like very hard at work, because it takes a lot to make sure that we're ensuring that this community is taken care of the best that we can. And there's not really any dull moments to really like sit back and like, oh, we can't do anything. But we started designing the next case like almost immediately, and I can only tell you, like, I had to walk out of my office. Slots with flops, no, but that would have been such an iconic idea. I wish maybe for another one I'll take that idea. But I literally had to walk out of my office, sit down on the couch next to my wife, pull my phone out, and show her like the graphic that I got from Impossible Brief, because that's how insanely cool it is. They have out you. If you think that this case is sick, if you think the up and away case is sick, man, wait till next week. Like I'm not kidding. Like if I feel like we have to do 100 cases for that one, because if we don't, there's going to be a riot. Like there is going to be a riot. Like you think that, like people say like, oh, 100 is too much because it's going to be, there's too many, it's not exclusive enough. When you guys are collecting the cases like you're doing with these, we have to do like a big numbers, because it takes a lot that goes into just making the case itself, but also the fact that, we know that you guys are going to want to hold on to these, because, oh my God, it's going to be,
we got to remind the chat, like, guys, you're early. Congratulations on being here, showing up week after week.
Yeah.
We are so early. We have so many cool things that are going to come out that are just going to blow your mind, that are going to bring in so many more people to the platform. And 100 is going to feel like, oh, why wasn't it 1,000? In the future when we're really rocking and rolling and stuff. So thank you for being here. It is absolutely going to rock our socks off. I'm loving the chat too. You guys crack me up all day long. If you're not over on the YouTube channel checking this out, it's a party happening there every week with everyone.
I'm multi-streaming it to my computer just because I like doing that and I want to support. But I just have like all the tabs like all on silent. So I want to make sure that Chris, and anytime like Sean, like I go back and I rewatch theirs a couple of times, just because all these guys have great sense of humor, have great attitudes, have great personalities, and I now understand. Like, so I've been doing my podcast for like 5 years, and it took me a while to really understand like how just listening to something makes you feel like you're part of the conversation, and you're a part of like the not just in the conversation, but like you're in the room, and it makes you feel like you're really like a fun part of that, like of that dynamic. And so, I will continue to do that with Chris. I'll continue to do that with with Comics and Crypto, Sean and Spence over there with like Millie. I love hanging out in Millie's
are
spaces.
Wild, bro. I love his
so much fun.
And they're always going on too, though. I love the consistency. You see Hibernate there?
Yeah. Where at Hibernate? Over on X?
Looks like he's on X over there.
Oh, yeah, just popped up for me.
Shout out Hibernate for dope name too. I love the play on words there. And the artwork in the PFP. Ooh. Thank you for posting that. I cannot wait to check that out as well. I screen record, and then next I'm going to do this too, because I have 2 cases that I want to open up. I'm going to screen record that, and I'm going to have like another camera or phone on me, just kind of get my reaction to kind of see what I end up getting there too, so I can kind of put it together. But thank you for doing that. And again, if anybody else is doing that, we are hunting that down. We are wanting to see those reveals and everything that's going on.
I got to figure out how to, there you go. I got to figure out how to spell his name so I can repost it, because that's awesome. I love that. That looks so like exactly like the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon from back in the day. I love that cover, that Venom #1 or King in Black #1. Jesus, I'm going through puberty again, apparently, with my voice is cracking so much. That's what happens when I'm like literally like I'm screaming and talking.
This is like a great idea.
Yeah, puberty all day long. A drop
Oh,
with the ladies of DC, that would be cool. So I actually have an idea for that one, and I'll give you some alpha on the idea of that. You know, how about this? I'll tell you what. I will go over some of the ideas that I have. Chris, are you busy? Do you have somewhere to like? Do you need to go?
No, bro. I worked on a Monster Jam edit today, something for Publix, and I'm just kind of kicking it now. I'm enjoying the rest of my day, and I'm actually kind of stoked that we're still hanging out. Usually we got to dip out here, but chat's still hanging with us. We had 330 people here with us this entire time. That was good. That have come in and gone out, and appreciate this.
Okay, so I'll go over, just because you guys have stayed on for so long, and I love hanging out with Chris to talk about this stuff. I'm gonna drop some ideas that I have, and I'll have to burn these ideas now because I can't use them after you guys know about them. Well, maybe I can. Who knows? But actually, you know what? I'll do it if people are in the chat wanting to hear it. Like if you guys like, I don't know, drop some emojis, some flames, some clapping hands, whatever, drop that. And I will give you, depending on how exciting the chat gets. And that's on X, that's on YouTube, that's on Facebook, that's wherever you're streaming this from. Drop them in the chat. Let me know. And I will give you, depending on how exciting it is, or how exciting you guys are, I will give you a number of ideas that I have,
man. Because and you are no short of them either. Just in our small conversations that we have, it's like, oh, that's gonna be so cool.
My brain does not shut up. It's constantly creating, and that's the problem. Is I have so many unfinished projects. Okay, we're getting there. I have so many projects, so I love one thing about me. I love to sew. I love to make armor, like cosplay armor.
Oh, dude, I did not know this. This is cool. Do you have a 3D printer? Are you one of those 3D printing guys?
I used to. So when I did, I haven't done it in a little while, but I still like mess around with it, like on the small side of it. But I've never used 3D printing actually to make any of my armor. I've always either upscaled it or used like other types of materials, like fiberglass, like resin, Bondo, etc. I've never used Worbla. I'm old school when I do it. But I do want to get a 3D printer. I've been looking, I'm going to use maybe one of my paychecks that I get, because my wife is like, she's actually been looking for me. Because the cool thing about 3D printing is that you can make like anything you need, whether it's for the household.
And they've gotten so much better. Like I've kind of held off only knowing that the technology, what's up, Mando? Like all the technology is getting like better and better. And like what used to take like 6-8 hours on a print, it's like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, if that. I'm like, there's no way.
So around 2015, 2016, I had a 3D printing business on Etsy, and I was just cranking out. Like I lived in an apartment where I didn't pay for the power bill. It was just included. So I would literally wake up in the morning, start a 3D print when I go to work, come home, take it off the printer. Before I went to bed, start a new one, wake up in the morning, take it off the printer, go to work, starting a new one, and like just keep doing that. So like I had at one point 3 3D printers just going nonstop, and I was selling Christmas ornaments, cookie cutters. I was selling like Pokemon figures, like everything, like probably a lot of stuff.
Way ahead of your time. That's so awesome.
It took a lot of work because it was a lot of like, working on with the printers and like
trial and error too, man. Like
because they're not like they are now. Just like you said, they didn't auto level. They didn't have like heated beds. They didn't have self-adhering beds. So like I was way before.
The future of these things, like when I was looking at stuff like 2013, I was really heavy into it because I was working some deals with Disney where they already had like the action figure already. I was thinking of Star Wars and their relationship already having the action figure, and then you would 3D print somebody's face. So that way you'd save time and you're just popping a head on top of it. And we were looking through all these different machines and stuff. And I tell you what, the future of that stuff is going to be like, hey, everyone's going to have them in their house essentially one day, just a regular printer. And it's like, oh, my refrigerator, like the water filter thing broke. Well, cool. Just go to the website, download the part, and then print it in like 5 minutes, and you're good.
It's like I don't remember exactly what they're called, but Star Trek kind of was the ones that thought this idea up. It was like it was like a thing in the wall, and you could just be like, computer cup of hot Earl Grey tea, and it would like create this tea. I forget what it was called. Somebody in the chat's like screaming at me right now. They'll put it in there. But like, I absolutely agree. It's going to be something that everybody has in their house, because it's so easy to just like find it or either make it and develop it. Like kids these days are able to like 3D render things like so quickly. It's insane. There's been a ton of activity in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and give some ideas away of stuff that I'm dreaming up for the future.
Thank you, chat. We appreciate it. We got Aaron to give us some info now, some good alpha.
So one of them I was thinking was called Booth Breakers. Originally it was called Booth Beauties, and I felt like that was a little bit too maybe like materialistic for like, you know, beauty, and I don't know, I wanted to change, so I turned it to Booth Breakers. But my idea behind that one was to do just a drop of only convention exclusives, and not from any particular convention, but just all the exclusives only that I could find across like all of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think I was shopping around, kind of like creating a list for them of what I could find. I think one of the earliest convention exclusives I could find was like from like 1993. You know,
wow. So yeah, that's still dated. Yeah,
So you like you think that you think like variants like that would be, you know, much older, because there's been conventions for a lot longer, but you know, variants and convention exclusives have not always been a thing. They just kind of, you know, over the last probably decade really picked up in their popularity, because resellers and people are able to travel and go places even more now. Another one was D was talking, I think it was D who was asking about potentially like a Wonder Woman or Catwoman or something like that. So one idea I had was one called Panel Queens. And this was one that was going to highlight not just female characters, like female villains, female, you know, villains, female superheroes, like, you know, just the characters that are iconic in all of the universes. But also I wanted it to be kind of a platform to highlight like female creators as well. You know, your Jenny Friesens, your Jen Bartels, your, you know, just any and every creator that your Carrie Andrews, like all these different ones. So that's one that I'm definitely excited about in the future that I hope I get a chance to do. Another one, actually, I have a whole thing right here. Another one was like Dark Reflections, which was going to be a horror based drop. So basically horror comics, EC horror, anti-heroes, the darker takes on like iconic heroes. So like if you think like the Flashpoint, you know, paradox, when you get like Thomas Wayne as Batman, and he's literally like killing people. You got the comedian from over in, you know, from the Watchmen, you know, like the people who don't mess around, like probably more like some Frank Castle going around and murking some people, you know, Battle Beast, who's a newer character who is just known for like ripping heads and you know, kicking ass. Let's see. A Pokemon drop was definitely one that I'm still developing. I have a couple ideas. I wanted to call it like a either like a Kanto case and go with just like Kanto based Pokemon, or like the Catch 'em All case. You know,
Catch 'em All, man. My brain is going wild right now with like what impossible brief would like put together for something like that. You know what I mean? I think of like the Pokeball, that red and the white, because obviously you're going to open it up, you know, kind of vibe. And
well, I mean, you just imagine like, and this is just spitballing off of what you're telling me right now. Like, I don't know if you wait, I don't even have to tell you, but like a lot of people in the chat might not know that they recently did I think it was called Rivals, Pokemon Rivals or Destined Rivals. What is the drop that did?
That's a great question. I've asked my son, because he's just like, and they just kind of, I'm like, oh, so much information.
They're happening so quickly these days. I feel like when I used to play back, they were like a little bit more spaced out. But what they recently dropped was it was like a Team Rocket case. I don't know if you saw those. So it was like it was like a special edition collector's case that was like just a black case with like the Team Rocket R on it. Dude. So like I imagine doing like a Pokemon, Pokemon one, and then doing like maybe like a Team Rocket drop where it's just like dark Pokemon, like the, you know, like dark, you know, Gyarados, or, you know, like some of those, and like doing like, again, it's like maybe the Grail would be like a 10, a CGC.
What if you did like a double drop in a day? I'm just like, we're talking about crazy stuff right now. Like one was a Team Rocket one, and maybe one was a Pokemon drop, and then one happened earlier in the day, and then the next one was later in the day, and like we had like half in each one, which made up a full drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be wild altogether. Just talk about all
that's a
stuff.
really cool idea. I like that idea actually. Another one was and I'll show you this before I tell you it, but like something that goes along the lines of, if you've ever seen this comic before, JLA Avengers.
Love that artwork.
Yeah, this is by so it's Kurt Busiek is the story, and then George Perez, iconic cover artist, and artist for a lot of the books, Marvel and DC. But basically that would be I would do a crossover chaos. So it'd almost do like, again, like Crisis on like Infinite Earths, where you had like, just it's all crossovers. You got, Marvel versus DC, you got TMNT and Batman, you got TMNT.
Dude, I just watched that the other day.
Yeah.
The TMNT with Batman, and then the Batman and the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Oh wow, man.
The ninja, and then you have like Batman with Predator and Alien, Judge Dredd with Predator, like so many different crossovers. Like basically it would be a kind of a platform to do like a bunch of like really cool crossover, like battle themed.
I'm here for that. I think they did a Power Rangers one with the TMT, which was kind of cool too.
Naruto, which I'm not a huge fan of Naruto. We're slowly trickling down. I'm just throwing this out there. We got 7 left of the Vault Villains case.
Left, man. I guarantee by the end of the day I'm gonna have one in my vault. So I only have 6 left.
Yeah, and then
League of Assassins. Yeah,
I'll give you guys 2 more. But one was Iconic Inc., which that one was going to celebrate kind of the most iconic cover art of all time. So this one would be a little bit more like, trying to have some of those more like prominent, like just covers that were like the Chases and the Grails in my mind were going to be like you might see some repeats from like older cases, because we've had some really iconic covers, like that McFarlane like Spawn one where he has like the McFarlane Batman where he has like the cape, and then also like included in that would be like a lot of homage covers to those. So I know there's been like a ton of that McFarlane Spider-Man where he's like jumping, he's got the leg out, and then feels like every other franchise has done like an homage to that cover, but like maybe some other ones that aren't necessarily as recognized, but like maybe someone that you like sleeper hits that you didn't know existed. Because that's one thing that I'm finding when I start shopping through these things for these drops, is I'm finding a lot of ones that are I never knew existed.
Welcome to the stream chat. I just added you on to the stream, so if you are sharing some W's, throw some emojis up for a fantastic day. Congratulations all around. You're gonna pop up on the stream because we just love you guys.
I haven't checked the market in a minute.
I'll pop over there real quick and do a little refresh. See what's going on in the market right now. Who's selling what? Only 6 available left on the drop today. Have a good feeling that this is going to go. Man, the artwork again, just absolutely.
Somebody got that Kirkham Venom number 30, which is, to me, is just one. That was one of the most ones that like stood out when you go to that page. Besides that Alex Ross Joker, which I'm going to be so. Did somebody pull that Alex Ross? I feel like I might have seen that already.
Venom number 30, the variant. That's pretty dope case there. I saw that one on there.
Maybe I didn't see that yet.
Inferno, Catwoman, Captain America's on there.
Yeah, the Dark Side versus Galactus is one. I don't own that one, and I might need to pick that one up because that one.
Detective Comics. That one's sick. That one's
Dark Side versus Galactus, The Hunger, and it's like literally got Galactus, and it's got Galactus, it's got Dark Side, and you got I forget his name, but you got Silver Surfer, and I want to say, what is his name? It's the son. So when Dark Side and like the New Gods, when they switch sons, I forget his name, but it was like you had Mr. Terrific, not Mr. Terrific, but now I'm forgetting names. Anyways, they switched sons, and so you had Darkseid's kid being raised by the good gods,
right?
And you had the good god's son being raised by Darkseid, and what's her name, Big Bertha or Big Ma or whatever, and being raised on like Battle World or no, it was Darkseid's planet. And so such an interesting like way to like solve a problem. But yeah, so this is such a cool cover. I love that. And I'm a fan of anything that's like a weird crossover. So it will happen. Fanable on top, but need box adjustments to boxes like last week. Need Pokemon ASAP. Hey man, stay tuned because I'm working on that. I promise you, like, I'm a Pokemon fan. I don't know if I could probably show you.
Zudav, I appreciate your feedback and everything you're sharing today, man.
Yeah.
You're awesome for being here and sharing. This is great news.
So this is one of my, I keep a couple of cards that are just like my favorites because they're silly, but this is Aaron's collection. So when I was like heavy into collecting, I had probably 2 pages of one of my binders just filled with Aaron's collections, because every time I saw one, I would just buy it and it would add it to Aaron's collection. So I had a collection in Aaron's collection
at heart, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm being rewarded now with these cards that are doing well.
And then I also was a judge, and so like I still have like all of my like judges cards that I pulled, like the full art judge. And
so like when he says he's all about Pokemon, I mean, he wasn't just into it, or this dude was a judge.
Yeah,
I was so cool, man. Like
official Pokemon judge. Like I had to test out and everything, different tiers. Like, so the way the Pokemon judging system used to work, I don't know if it works like this now, but you'd have to like sign up for the judge program, take a test so that you understood like the rules. And then in order to like, there was levels 1, 2, and 3. And in order to be considered allowed to judge like things from like regionals and nationals and worlds, you had to be at levels like 2 and 3. And so you'd have to do enough like local tournaments, get credit for that, test into level 2, do like bigger tournaments, and then test into level 3. And then you would be in this like judge pool where they might like reach out to you to bring you to the convention to play. And again, you didn't get paid. You like had to go on your own accord to get there and do it. But it was so rewarding and so much fun. So I love doing that. It was just like, that was such a big part of my life, because again, me and my best friend used to play Pokemon all the time together. So I don't want to keep you too much longer, Chris. I want to talk to you like all day, but I know you probably got stuff to do.
I was on Facebook too. I'm also multicasting the stream as well. So I'm seeing it on Facebook there, shared that out. I know our X channel did really well today. Everybody hanging out there, and really 347 people on X that passed through.
Oh,
and really are, that's wild. I mean, that's current right now. I mean, that's just insane. And then on YouTube right now, it fluctuated between 20 and 30, and then down to about our core group hanging out with us right now, which I'm so happy for. These guys being here. Thank you so much. That's why I wanted to throw the chat on the screen, because you guys are awesome and deserve to get that love. Love me some Silver Surfer. Growing up, that was like one of my favorite characters. Like, I just thought the surfboard was so dope and awesome. And then they came out with the Fantastic Four movie, and I thought they did a pretty decent job with it. Considering the time and what was going on. This was really before, MCU and all the other stuff that was going on. And so it was cool to kind of see them kind of crush that side of it, but they did a good job.
I think they did a really good job. There's like this one scene where he just like floats, like molds into the board and then comes out on the other side. And I'm like, so that's one thing I appreciate about it. It was such a swing. It was such a swing for them to go that route, but I loved it. But the only issue again for me was the fact that like Galactus was just like this cloud. He didn't really have like any kind of like form to him. And so for me, like it did not resonate that well. But again, like everything else leading up to it was fantastic. I think that was a great team for the Fantastic Four. I think the guy who played Dr. Doom was a fantastic Dr. Doom. And then we had the Fan Four Stick movie, which was garbage.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that one either. I tried. I really tried. Was that the guy Miles? Is that the actor's name?
Yeah.
They tried their
Miles Teller, I think is his name.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, it was in between. They had the Batman Begins and that like darker side of things, and so it was kind of pulling on that.
Yeah.
But what in the MCU did was crush it with the comedy, man. Like they crushed it all day long. The Doctor Doom for the other one was what a great actor. I think he was in Nip Tuck. Is that the TV show on FX?
Yeah.
Dude, when I saw, I was like, you couldn't have anybody better than this dude. Like, this is so like he had like this great personality for it. And so when I saw Robert Downey Jr. as the new one, I'm like,
how do you feel about
that? I could see this happening. And I love the multiple worlds that we're in right now, the multiverse, which has been pretty wild. So
I feel like they they are going to do as we get closer to like, I think was it Secret Wars or whatever. As we get closer to like this next culminating event, I'm really anticipating a Universal reboot.
Yeah.
And so, because that's my thing is like, I don't really, so I'm theorizing that Robert Downey Jr. as like Dr. Doom is going to be basically an alternate Earth.
Right. Yeah, I'm feeling that.
And he's not going like he basically so in the Fantastic Four movie, this is not a spoiler, this is just Aaron's brain going crazy. In the Fantastic Four movie, because we're already like, if you've seen the trailer, have you watched the trailer? If this isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailer.
Okay, yeah. I've seen little bits and pieces of it.
But in the trailer, you got Sue Storm announcing that she's pregnant. And if you know anything about about the Fantastic Four family, Franklin Richards is the son the first son that they have. I mean, later on, I want to say that they have a daughter named Valeria, who in comic lore, like ends up like Dr. Doom falls in love with and marries, which is weird. Considering how old
his age and like he was in love with, Sue and
exactly. Yeah. But Franklin Richards, if you know, ends up like becoming one of the most powerful mutants, smartest mutants. I think in one timeline, I mean, it might be all the timelines, but he ends up becoming like Kang, the Conqueror. And so,
oh wow, man, I wonder if they're going to bring back that actor too. I know he had some like issues and things that
Jonathan
happened.
Majors, yeah,
I crushed it. I thought he did a great job as that and
killed it. And that's the thing,
man. Loki, are you kidding me?
They got rid of all those, like he was, I believe, Aaron, when are we doing organize all of your collectibles? When are we going to do an organize all of your collectible stream? Technically we all have a
problem. I love it.
Are you
calling you out, bro?
Okay, I'm going to ask a question, Dilo. I'm assuming it's pronounced Dilo. Is it because you're looking at my background right now and you wonder, and you're saying that I have a problem?
I can see your Oculus over there too. Now I'm like really just inspecting your space, just like digging into it.
Oh my God, I'm being personally attacked on this stream now. Oh, yes, I have a problem. Okay.
Great artwork.
I will show you how. Okay, so it's terrible right now because I ordered a new desk on Prime Day. I'm getting a desk that's a standing desk that goes up and down.
Oh, let's go. Dude, those are the jams.
For my health, because I had one when I was my last unit at the Army. I had one myself. I will show you. I don't do this ever. I will show you guys the rest of the room if you want to see it. To show you
spam it. We want to see it.
To show you how terrible my organization is right now, because I'm gonna have to literally take my office apart to put this desk in, which it's supposed to be here tomorrow. So that's why I'm preemptively, and that's a lie. If I'm going to be 100% honest, this is how it always is, but I'm using that as the catalyst for me to clean it up. But if
I love it.
if enough people say they want to see it, I'll show it. But yeah, so like what I'm anticipating in Fantastic Four is we are going to see Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four universe hop, because did you watch Thunderbolts?
No, I didn't. I'm waiting to kind of. I'm a binger. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to go out. I want to watch the story arcs and go like bam, bam, bam. I honestly think the thing and the reason why an RDJ would play something like Dr. Doom is because they have all these multiple Earths. I guarantee you we see him come back as an Iron Man in one of them again.
Absolutely.
He's got to represent it in some way or the other. I think that's the cool side. So
my idea is that somehow there's going to be like they've switched sides in this world, like the actual Victor Von Doom person who was supposed to be him was like somehow either killed or like is the Tony Stark in that universe, and somehow they got switched. So that's why you have like Robert Downey Jr. as that Latvian Victor Von Doom. So that's my theory, but we're going to see this
Earth 300.
Yes, we're going to see a universe hop because Reed Richards is going to be afraid for his baby and Galactus coming to Earth. And that's why we also have Shala Bal, who is playing who is a female Silver Surfer, because in other universes, Shala Bal becomes a Silver Surfer to protect their world. Whereas in Norrin Rad, in the universe that we all know, is the Silver Surfer. So we're going to see them hop into our universe, or the universe 616, I think it is, and then see the actual, like, they're gonna realize that they're gonna hop universes, and there's still gonna be a problem, and they still have to deal with it, and you can't run away from your problems.
You think we're gonna see a Scarlett Johansson return as some space guy? Or you think they're gonna retire all those people and just kind of move on to the new franchise with those?
They're gonna reboot it all. We're gonna see a whole new universe. We're gonna see something happen where there's a complete reboot. We're gonna see basically when Secret Wars happens, there's gonna be some kind of like convergence event where all the universes come together, and there's something that happens with whatever, kind of like what they did with the timelines, like making one timeline, but it's gonna then it's then just gonna like reboot itself, and then we're gonna have like kind of everything merged. We're gonna have X-Men, we're gonna have mutants, we're gonna have again like the Fantastic Four, and it's all gonna be in like one universe. And that by that time we'll get a new Captain America, we'll get a new Iron Man, we might even get Young Avengers. We might even get like an Iron Lad, because Iron Lad is actually Kang the Conqueror as a child who went back in time. So like there's a whole weird thing, but okay, enough people have asked. I'll show you how terrible. I'm so embarrassed to do this. Please don't judge me, because I promise you I'm working on it, but this is
oh wow, like,
that's so like all of like you can't really see it too well, but on the other side of this Captain America shield, which is what I made, I used to make up there. And then this entire shelf unit. Yeah, that's a Master Chief. I put my Master Chief armor on a mannequin, so he just stands in my room. But on the other side of this is a huge, massive metal shelf system that has all of my short boxes and my costumes.
Great job, chat. Great job. You got him to show it for us. Check this out. I got here too.
Nice.
Oh, I love my Halo Master Chief helmet. I'll definitely have to do a live stream with it. I know I'm a little muffled, but pretty dope. Oh, yeah. I always got to make the sound like it's
headphones on
my head.
I'll put them back.
Dude, what a great stream today, dude. I'm having an absolute blast.
Oh, there we go. Oh, somebody just popped in and said that the drop is sold out. I got to double check. I believe you.
I was gonna go snag one. That was part of my plan. I thought.
Oh,
it did. Dang, it did. I'm gonna bring that up on screen real quick, because that is pretty cool. That is cool for you guys, but it's not cool for me. I wanted to get one. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Visit the marketplace if you want to see and purchase anything else that's in there. So if you wanted to grab a case, now that they're all sold out, the only place that you can grab a case would be.
Oh, are you checking the marketplace?
Marketplace, yeah.
Oh, I didn't get a chance. I want to go check that now.
So not too bad. Yeah, 112 is a very reasonable price point.
That is awesome. Like, and you can also I mean, not to be a rude, Chat, I got a question for you. Do you think that offers are rude, or do you think that they're a good mechanic? Because, and this is no impact. We're not changing anything. So don't think I'm going to go and be like, take the make offer button away. I'm curious about your opinions of the make an offer button. Me personally, I love making an offer. I love the fact that it's there, because I want people to be willing to show me what they're willing to pay. And I think we slightly talked about it earlier. But yeah, do you mind doing something on your screen if you're able to?
Yeah, what's up?
Can you go to Go Collect?
Yeah, gocollect.com.
I think the offer, what is it? I think the offer has to be above Fanable offer. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the offer definitely has to be above the Fanable offer for sure. Because like I said, like nobody, like if I'm going to keep a book that is below $45 because I enjoy it, or because I think I can sell it because somebody else might want it, which I think is very predictable with a lot of these books that we've put out there. I'm definitely going to hope that they're going to, offer more than like what it was just pulled for. Like, even if it's by like 5%, 2%, just a little bit more, because that right there, again, you also got to think that Fanable, yes, They do take a percentage of that sale, just like you sell anywhere else. There's going to be a percentage that's taken by the house,
Right.
you know. So I think it's you're right. I think that they should obviously you know, consider that and make it a little bit above that, because that's the other thing is you're not just when you go to places like Go Collect, you're talking about the physical book, the physical property, where when you're talking about buying on Fanable, and this is something that I have done when I have purchased things, is once again, I consider the fact that I am not just getting the book. Yes, I am now owning the book, but I'm also getting that digital digital, what would you call it, property, that digital, like I'm not gonna, like NFT.
So there's the Go Collect too. Just wanted to see it.
So this is what the website we use. And if you put like, if you go to that Dropbox and you put in there like comic, and you put, let's say, again, from the drop, you're putting in there Batman Adventures 12, you know, this is really the process of what we do. And I'm going to make a little bit more content about this because I really want to put it on social media for you guys. So Batman 12 or Batman Adventures 12, so excuse me, right there, that one, that middle one right there, or the middle one. And you look at
449 of this one, 29 available of this one, 2 available of this one.
Yeah, click the wait, can you go back up to the first one? Yeah, click the Batman Adventures 12, that first one on the first row. I want to see if that's because we are constantly going through each of these and we're checking what is like the most correct version of it. So if you look at this, so like a 9.6 fair market value, like it's not, so in order to sign in, you guys have to see like so I can sign in because we have a Fanable account. A 9.6 goes for $775, a 9.8 goes for $1,500. So that's how we verify, like, before we buy it, and then B, when we're putting it up on in our cases, we verify again. And then also, like, again, if it has like a signature, because you can go and underneath where it says CGC, says what it's worth, you see CGC, CBCS, PSA. So whatever your collectible is listed under, you can click those and look. It also says universal for the graded ones, and then you have like signature. So if you click on the signature one and you have a signature, specific signature on there, it'll show you what those signatures have sold for on a 1-year average, a 90-day average, and a 30-day average. Wow, so again,
so much data.
We want to come correct for you guys. So I want you guys to always be, and this is the first place I'm actually really talking about this. So I'm glad I get to do it here with you, Chris, because I want people to really understand the levels of detail that we go into to make sure that we're putting the value in these cases for you before you buy it. Because we don't want, the last thing I would want to do, again, and that's why I said earlier, I want to have skin in the game.
Yeah.
I know I keep referencing my military service, but there's one thing that I stood by a lot during my military service, and it was the statement and the philosophy: I will never ask my soldiers or my team to do anything that I'm not willing to do.
Yeah.
And that sounds super serious, but it's true. And that goes for every single thing. I'm not going to make my teammates go and scrub the bathroom and clean the floors and do with stuff, because we got to do that every once in a while. I'm not going to do it if I'm not going to be like, hell no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be out there with them, with the broom, with the dustpan, and also making sure that it's done right, because that, as leaders, what we do.
Yeah. So much great conversation happened in the chat. Slops Flops always bringing the good information there, and Sparty Party. I appreciate you guys there.
Ooh, that's a great idea, Slops McFlops. I like that. A minimum offer. I like that. That's another thing that I'm going to write down. Thank you so much for that. And if anybody else has any like tips, I'm telling you, I love when you guys give me these tips and these notes. Let's see.
Minimum offer on your own books. Absolutely genius.
So one thing that minimal offer on I guess, books that are owned. But also one thing that I noticed with some of the stuff that I own is, even if it's not for sale, I will get notifications for stuff that people want and will send me offers for things that I don't want to sell, that I'm holding on to. And so I wish I could turn off like the offer button on some of those items.
Gotcha. Dude, I got to say, I appreciate the offers. Like, one, it makes me feel like the app is active. People are constantly kind of looking through, which I enjoy. And then, if I'm trying to put a sale out there, or if I'm just kind of putting it out there, I I might be willing to sell it. Like the 7 days might have passed, the fair market value might be out of there, but I might be willing to kind of sell it anyways. But so it's always nice to kind of get one. I don't think they're ever rude. I mean, you never know what you can get. And I learned that with, especially in the blockchain and Web3 with NFTs on OpenSea and, WETH offers and stuff. And so you can get some great deals by just getting those offers. And sometimes you're like, you know what, this is what I'm willing to pay for it. And some people just need the money and they're flippers. So you get lucky.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing though. That's really cool. That's what's so cool about this is like, let's say you buy 2 cases, 3 cases, and you're like, you know what? I really only need 2 cases or 1 case because I want to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Because there's like a drop that's about to come in, and you're like, I want to sell this to make money on my profile because I want to purchase this next one for sure.
Yes, I think about that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's so cool because that's right there. It's like just such a smart. Oh, there's no counter offers. Okay, let me see if I'm gonna write that down. Maybe people want counter offers. Counter offer.
Yeah, like eBay does. You could have like 5 of them that you're gonna do, and then that way it's like, okay, I'll raise my price up because they turned it down. But hey, you got 3 options left before another option.
Yeah,
I like that. That's a great.
I know that there is an option when you do the offers, like you can only have, and I think that this is really smart because I didn't think about this until like I saw it, and then after the fact I really like kind of understood it. But you can only put like 10 offers out at a time, because imagine if you go through and you're just like offering, and then all of a sudden like you are required to pay for those. Like once you make an offer and somebody accepts it, if you don't pay for it, your account, like your profile gets dinged and you can get in trouble. So like, and the other thing is like money wise, some people just may be offering. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I made an offer of $100 on 10 items. Now I owe $1,000. Like,
you gotta be like real smart about that. That's such a good point. I see so many people struggle and go with that. By the way, our YouTube, I think we were just at like 8 people watching a little earlier. We're at 14 people now. So nice. we're going up. I think people are enjoying the conversation. We're getting to kind of chat. We've talked cinematic. We've talked new mechanic. We've
put on Halo helmets.
Yeah, I think the Halo helmets are what did it. All right, here we go. Back to the Halo helmets. We're going up.
Hey man, you want to go ride bikes later?
The Warthog, bro. We're gonna go Warthog.
Oh my god, I'm not a big fan of the Cybertruck, I'll be honest, and I'll leave the opinions on that on the side. But I saw somebody did a Warthog skin.
Oh yeah, I've seen something like that. Yeah, they got some bullet holes in it too. Yeah. I've actually seen someone go as far as wrapping it and then putting a turret in the back.
Yes. There was a guy during Christmas time. He was driving around with a giant like electrical menorah plugged in and strapped to the back of his Cybertruck. Like massive chrome menorah, just driving around New York. It was insane. I loved it.
Dude, that is so cool.
X says there are 400. Are there really that many? Maybe like interactions, maybe people in it. Who knows? People are loving it.
How many people had impressions on the stream, maybe viewed us for a few moments and maybe left. Or it could be we've got 420. I believe that it's just the impressions because the other ones like YouTube and Facebook are real-time analytics sharing with us. And Fanable's X page is only going like up, which makes me assume that people are popping in and watching the stream and then leaving. But thanks for asking, man. We're figuring this all out together as we go. This is so much fun. And I've shared it. I got it on my Facebook here. I shared it on my personal page. I was actually live on Instagram for a lot of the show earlier, just kind of unpacking and showing people like the little behind the scenes of what we're doing here too, which is fun.
Yeah, no, I appreciate. I love showing a little bit behind who I am and getting to chat about stuff that I'm passionate about. And
dude, I wonder if I can pick my camera up here. Let me see if I can.
Ooh, we're getting some behind the scenes of. This is something like I for anybody that is curious, like that's one thing I would love to do. I would love to go and just like do a tour of Chris's studio because it looks so cool. It's got couches. It's like a place that it's like the perfect man cave.
It is. Like I got everything curated. I got all my stuff back here. Those are all and I got my little nice cinema. Oh, this is the outside here. I'm sitting in the treetops. I'm on a 2nd floor.
Nice.
I got all these cool little lights above. Some fun stuff. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go mobile. I like sitting at the desk though, at the command center. A lot of the streams before, I've been standing, having fun, showing off this space, and can cruise around and everything. Oh, thanks, Batman. I appreciate that. Batman who laughs.
Yes.
It's like I can only imagine someone who's like listening to the streams, like he's talking to Batman. Like, nah, like yeah. We need a full tour. Absolutely. You know what? I think the next stream, if I remember and remind me, I'll try and set it up on my mobile cast over here. I actually have like a full on thing. You gotta see this. It's so cool. It literally just like cruises around. So here it is. This is my stream.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I'm able to kind of show everything off and walking in space and talk to chat. All the fun stuff. Just for you, Batman who laughs.
I've seen something like that at like nurses stations in hospitals, which I think is so cool.
Oh, Michael Chung says, looks like someone pulled Iron Fist 14. Pull that up for a second.
Yeah. I
keep again, if you're joining us, I'm so sorry. You are about 1 hour and 15 minutes late to the party. We have sold out today. Which again, congratulations. Like I feel like we just glossed over that. Congratulations on another sellout. Fantastic.
Yeah. No, I'm in the group chat right now as well, and they are absolutely like, you know, excited about it as well, because they want, you know, any time that, you know, you guys are excited about, you know, the okay, so
we have some recent sales. 89. Oh yeah, these are the ones. Okay, for the 89.
So I like to tell them when I have like interviews, or like I'm on shows like this with Chris, or in the you know, in the space with Millie, etc., comics and crypto, whenever I'm in those spaces, like as soon as I'm done, I go back and I kind of do a little write-up in our little group chat, and I tell them, hey, like this is what the kind of discussion was. This is, you know, people's reactions. This is how people feel about the case, the art, the books in it, you know, this. And then like, also I watch the shows, like, you know, like I said, I went and I don't always go on comics and crypto, but I watch their shows every time they go over the drop, just to see what they're saying, what they're excited about.
Their vibe. They got such a cool vibe, and they're so knowledgeable.
Yeah. And I love the fact that, again, because like I can scroll through the chat here and I'm taking notes when people have questions. And then, you know, we go into the meetings at the end of the week, and I'm just like, okay, this is great info that they need to know about. And so I want you guys to know there's always this two-way communication between me and the team, and they're just so excited for the community when they love this stuff, because I think at the end of the day, yeah, it's cool to sell out, but it's even more cool because you get that fulfilled feeling that you've done a good job when like people buy it all, you know?
Yeah.
It just, you know, because we can go back to Impossible Briefs and I can be like, guys, you killed it. These guys bought it all because, and majority of them were saying because they wanted to keep it and not crack it. Same thing with the up and away case. Same thing with the next case. I am not lying when I tell you, just
super fantastic.
I'm going to ask one thing if anybody is curious. This is the one thing that I'm going to ask of you. If you believe me about how amazing and how, yes, fantastic this case is going to be, just the case itself, not just what's in it, I need you to go and like put on social media, whatever you're on, put in the Discord, put in whatever chat that you're on, that you want us to keep it at 100 cases.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's going to be that great that we're going to want it. I get it.
If you don't, I understand. Totally understand. If you do
my
that,
mind's going wild right now with like I mean, is this an invisible case? Is this a
oh
like,
God, that's a great idea too. The Galactus one in the case was so. Why didn't I think of that? Oh my God, that's so good. That's so good. But I'm not lying. Like you guys are going to flip out over this next case, and then I'm not just saying that about the actual design of the case. I'm talking about the case, like the contents as well. So yeah, next week cannot come soon enough. So and here's a little bit of extra information as well. So I know like a lot of creators, a lot of people are going to be traveling to Comic-Con as well. I mean, all of it really starts on Thursday, so a lot of people are going to be traveling on Wednesday.
Right.
I am working with my team right now to ensure that we can release the info, potentially release some of the info maybe on Tuesday, potentially even on Monday.
Man, that'd be awesome to hype up the stream ahead of time and get some folks in here and stuff like that. You know what I also feel? Here's some feedback too on my side. Like being live for as long as we are now, like it's the drop lounge. We are lounging. Usually it's the hype up before it, you know, and then we're going to pump and then it most likely sells out in that 10 minutes. But on certain days and, you know, maybe sometimes not everyone's around or they're busy and stuff's going on. I like that we kind of hung out until it's sold out. Yeah. I think us being here and sharing all the cool stuff that's going on, what's to come, kind of really helps people kind of see if they want to dive in and grab more too. So I love that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's actually gonna be it for me because I got to go. I have not eaten.
I was gonna say I got to grub.
I got to grub. But I want to say, like, once again, like, first off, Chris, thank you so much. Also still amazing shirt, but Chris, thank you for having me. Thank you for creating a space like this live YouTube show that we can chat with, that like I honestly feel like I'm amongst friends. Like, I think you're my friend, Chris. So all these guys that are in the chat, Batman Who Laughs, Sparty Party, Slops, like all these guys are my friends as well. So D, everybody, thank you for coming in here. If you stop by the X, you know, channel X space, if you stop by Facebook, anywhere that you were, Dilo, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us go over our nerdiness, our messiness, and you know, I appreciate it. I sincerely appreciate it, especially the fact that this did sell out. It means, again, the world to me, and I'm excited again for next week. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be exciting. If you do have a chance to be at San Diego Comic-Con, again, I'm telling you, come find me. You will not be disappointed. I
want pictures. I want all types of stuff. If you're out there and you're seeing Aaron out there, absolutely make sure that you go see him. Yeah. So I am pumped. Thanks, and I will see you guys, you know, soon, and we'll talk and we'll chat and we'll have even more fun going forward. Again, stay tuned to this space, to Millie's space, to Comics and Crypto over the next 2 to 3 weeks. You are not going to be disappointed with the information that is coming down the pipe and with what we are cooking up here at Fanable. So once again, thank you. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Let's go, guys. Appreciate you again for being in here. This is the Drop Lounge. I'm your host, Chris Chan, aka Cowabunga. Thank you so much, Aaron, for being here and blessing us with all the knowledge. Chat, you are the absolute best. We couldn't do what we do without you. You create the content for us, as Sergio used to say. You bring in all the good vibes, and that's what it's all about. So leave some questions. Make sure you share, like the stream, push all that stuff out there, and let's have a fantastic week as we go into the weekend here. We will catch you guys on the flippity flop. See y'all.